Yeah, Baker wasn't ready to go, and so Davis was the guy, and he played well. We have some throws on there he'd like to have back, and some things we could have hit, but I liked the way he handled himself and stayed composed. And when we needed to drive, he made them, and so that was fun to see.
Could you just talk about the overall performance today, offense, defense, special teams, and kind of your just a general assessment?
Yeah, I was just excited about the win. Anytime you lose the turnover battle 3-0 and pretty much get dominated on special teams and still win the game by 2 touchdowns, you got a chance to have a pretty good team. So that was exciting. They found a way to win, but lots of areas to improve upon.
What about the running game? It looked like it was just night and day different from what we'd seen earlier in the year. What was going on?
Yeah, they were giving us some runs, keeping too high a bunch of the game, and gave us numbers in the run game. And our O-line did a great job moving bodies, and our backs have settled along are very talented. All 3 of those guys that got touches today. So hopefully we can keep that going, and if it's there, we'll take it.
You talk about Savale kind of running the ball the last couple of weeks and then his touchdown run as well.
Yeah, he's a playmaker. Every time he gets to the game, he just seems to be in the right spot at the right time, whether it's in the passing game or running game, and makes a play. And so it's fun to have a guy like that as part of your offense, and we try to get him some touches in different ways, and he's made the most of them. Nothing really. It is what it is. Like I've talked about, we just attack each week and try to get better. So we got better this week and got to do it again next week.
Talk about the defense on 3rd down.
What were their stats? Do you know?
At one point it was 3 for 16.
3 for 16, that's good, because I think offensively we were about 3 for 16, so they needed to do it. But they've been great on 3rd down all year. They've been great at 3 and outs, and have played really well. We had the kickoff return for a touchdown. We put them in a bad spot with that interception for a touchdown. Other than that, you look at the stats, and they had a tremendous day, another tremendous day defensively.
You guys doubled them up in yards. Can you just talk about the overall performance? What you think about that?
Yeah, with that type of yardage difference, you need a bigger differential in points, and we didn't score. We had the 1 turnover in the red zone, missed the field goal, and we should have scored a touchdown. So we got to continue to get better down there in the red zone and score points. In this league, you got to be able to keep up, and field goals and turnovers down there aren't going to cut it.
Late in the first half, Marquez has that fumble close to the end zone. Nice to see him redeem himself.
Oh, yeah, he's a very talented kid, very confident kid. That didn't faze him at all. He knew he was going to come back and make a big-time play, and we have all the faith in the world in him.
Can you speak more on special teams? Because the first 2 scores by Iowa State came as a result of big special team plays.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. Had the kickoff and had guys there to make plays and didn't make them. And then the short punt, we got to be yelling, got to be alert in that, and bounced off. And so there's 2 touchdowns right there. And I thought that they did a good job on special teams. They had good schemes and good players, and just beat us on special teams the whole day.
Coach, there were a number of calls, non-calls that didn't necessarily go your way. Could you speak to the boys of your team and where that comes from?
That's part of the game. They've been through that. I don't know much else to say. It's just part of the game. We don't worry about what the refs are doing. We know we can control, and we just go about our way.
It's just kind of the looks that they give me. When we're down there in the red zone, they're playing in and out coverage, not letting me go anywhere basically, and if that's the way it's going to be, that's fine. And I know my other receivers and running backs are going to step up, and when they do, they're going to have to pick their poison and who they want to guard, whether it's going to be me or Jakeem and Eric or Bradley or Kenny. We have so many weapons out there, and I'm not really too worried about it. And I know my position on the team. I know what I do. I get the ball on 3rd down a lot, and that's just kind of what I've been doing this season.
Jace, obviously you had a big day receiving, but your blocking was also absolutely tremendous today. Could you talk about that aspect of your game today?
I take a lot of pride in my blocking. I think that a lot of people overlook that in my aspects of playing this game, and I missed a couple of blocks out there. One that Kenny got hit really hard, and that was my fault. And for me, I plan on making every single block that they call, because I'm a big part of the run game, and they really thrive on me making all those blocks. And that's just, I think that's probably my biggest aspect of playing out there, is all the blocking that I can do. So.
How would you rate Davis's performance today?
For his first start, I think he played as good as anybody could. He does things that people won't understand or don't. It's just one of those field things. Is for example, we had a crossing route on 3rd down to me. and he ended up checking the same play and, kind of messed with the defense a little bit. They just dropped back to quarters coverage, and it wouldn't have been open if he didn't check it back to the same play. He was just kind of, messing with them in the line of scrimmage, and that's one thing that people don't realize is the things that he does, the little things he does, and he does a great job with that. And he's very composed. He never loses composure, and he's always, jumping up and down and ready for the next play.
So we just pretended to change the play there?
Yeah, he basically pretended to change the play and changed it to the same play that we already had on, and they just backed out to quarters coverage and was wide open.
No, not really. Davis in practice and stuff, he does a great job of coming in when his name is called, and when one man goes down, the next man has to step up, and he did a great job doing that.
You feel like the running backs kind of turned the corner here. You had a good week last week, and today you're running for over 250. Is the corner kind of being turned here for you guys?
Oh, yeah. Speaking on behalf of Sedell and Dre, I would say we have to give a lot of credit to our O-line. They came today and just blew their D-line off the ball and, made our job really easy today.
Ken, you saved a touchdown on the special teams, didn't you, today? You ran that guy down from behind.
Yeah.
That had been your best play of the game.
We try to pride ourselves on no matter what position you play, if you start or not, you're going to play special teams. And the coaches try to do a great job of putting anybody on special teams who wants to be there.
Was it annoying to see that the game was even because of special teams?
Not really annoying. It happens. It's football. But, you have to get it together and just everyone step up as a team.
Were you guys frustrated through the middle of the game that you couldn't build a bigger lead?
That frustration comes. We pride ourselves on being one of the best offenses out there, and seeing that we weren't scoring. Our defense did a great job of holding them. So we just got to give all credit to them.
I think we played real well, but we still got some room for improvement, especially in the red zone. We usually get the ball, stopped or get a field goal in the red zone. So we got some work to do in that area this week.
How's it dealing with being put in bad situation after bad situation?
Well, we don't really think about it like that. We understand it's a team game, and you put the ball down, we got to go play defense. So that's all we do. That's all we worry about is going out there and playing defense.
Kerry, you held them to 5 for 16 on third down. Can you talk about the play on third down a little bit?
Well, we call that the money down. We always trying to get off the field on third down. So when third down come up, try to get off, get off the field and get the ball back to the offense.
What's the key to all the big plays you were making in the backfield today?
It was really a team effort. It was more a hustle and team effort. Guys were getting the ball cut back, and guys was there to make the tackle. It was really a team effort out there today.
Even without forcing the turnovers, would you say this is maybe the best defensive game you guys played?
Well, we always want to get turnovers win a game, but at the end of the day, we got the W, so it's the best game for us.
Well, when Coach came in here, the first thing he said was from last to first. We really create that many turnovers last year. So this year it was a big emphasis that we got to up that number. And we have a period during practice where we emphasize on turnovers, and that whole period is dedicated straight to turning over. And a lot of people have bought into it, and we understand that if we want to be a great defense, we got to help offense out as much as we can, and that's getting the ball back. The defensive line is, we're coming along. We're not as good as we want to be, but when you got leaders like Kerry, it's easy to play hard when you got someone next to you who's just playing as hard as you've seen since you've been here. And Kerry, he pushes all of us, and then no one wants to be second best. So the competitiveness in that room is ridiculous. And if you ever waited in on meetings, you would see that everyone wants to do good every week, and it's a competition, and that allows us to play great.